Now that we're further on in the prototyping stage, more thought is going into the user interface. Now, if you're going to be using Bluetooth with Linux, chances are you're going to be using the Blues package. We're just going to run through that. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is check your local device and make sure that's working okay. Something I've found that if you initiate a process with Java and terminate it, sometimes the device can become unresponsive, in which case you have to bring it down and then up again. The next thing you're going to want to do is scan for peripheral devices. Now you're going to want to keep note of the MAC address because that's what you're going to need when you connect. We're going to connect in the interactive mode because it's more convenient if you're using the notifications feature on the peripheral Bluetooth device. And then you're going to connect, and once you're connected you can inquire about all the characteristics that the Bluetooth device hosts. You're going to want to take note of either the UUID or the handle, because that's what you're going to be referencing when you either write or read a characteristic. The gatttool that we're using requires all its input data to be ASCII representation of hex, and likewise all of its output data is ASCII representation of a hex. Here I've just sent a command to prototype device, which just so happens to be a get command, which just prints out a bunch of data relating to the ports of the device. Just going to use Python to decode the hex. Writing a Java wrapper for these tools was a case of using the Process Builder API to initiate the process and then manage the input and output streams associated with each process. Here's just a Java program inquiring about peripheral devices and then receiving user input to connect to a peripheral device. All the output from the gatttool, I'm using regex to pull out the data I need and then storing it in local data structures for later use. So I've written a generic process wrapper which basically executes the commands that it's given and manages the associated input and output streams with the help of queued concurrent blocking queues. And then there's a couple of classes, one for connecting to a Bluetooth device which has the specifics of making the connection, and then one for inquiring about Bluetooth devices which has the specifics about the inquiry. So I'll be building on this basic framework to have a full wrapper of the Bluetooth package, mainly using the gatttool.